means you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. We are back. We are back from a brief hiatus. It's good to be here. It's good to have a full crew with me tonight. First off, let me start. She is our resident TikTok queen. She is also one of our cosplay queens. Let me bring in my girl. She is a writer for GNN as well. Let me bring in my girl, Kat. Holla, Kat. What's up?
What up, William? How's it going?
What's going on? Next up, let me bring in our other cosplayer. She is a Sailor Moon junkie. I think I made her kind of jealous last night because we had AugustaCon come in here, and Sailor Moon's voice actor is going to be here as well as a Sailor Moon concert. So I think Janae's kind of jealous. I think she's jealous. I'm gonna be there. Let me bring in my girl Janae. Janae, what's up?
Doing good, William. I was going to ask you, is that the original voice actress, or is that the new dub? Bless you.
I think that's the new dub.
Oh,
yeah, it ain't the original. One, yeah. So. It would be cool if I had the original.
The voices just sound too similar. Like Ray's, Amy's, and Usagi's sound too similar when they did the redub. They could have just hired the old voice actors to just redo the words.
Right. So. You're right. All right. Let me bring in our video game princess. Let me bring in Diamond. Diamond, what's up?
Hello, everyone.
How you doing? Good to have you. And last but certainly not least, we have him here. He is on a bit of a constraint, but he is here with us nonetheless. My man Shaw. Shaw, what's up? What's up, Shaw? Shaw. Hello, Shaw. Is you with us? I don't know if he has us on mute. If we don't, I don't know. Shaw, can you hear me? Can you hear us, sir? I know you can see us, but can you hear us though? We can hear. Where you at?
Send us the bat signal if you can hear us.
Yes.
Smoke signals.
Send a flare.
Solar flare. What's up, man? Can you hear us, Shaw?
All right, give me a sec.
All right, cool. All right, we know it's here. So as we are waiting for Shaw to fix everything, I'm gonna go ahead and get the show start. Yep, we hear you. What's up, man?
All right,
it's good to have you back.
Thank you, good back.
Yeah, you said it kind of you're fading in and out. You want to call back? You want drop off and try to come back in?
Or let's try that.
Okay, try that. Let's see if we can get it a little bit better. Okay.
All right.
While Shaw is doing that, let's go ahead and get started with everything. I will go to Janae first.
Yeah.
She's got some anime. We're gonna cover anime. Got some things going down in the world of animation. We'll go ahead and get started, and then after that, we'll go over to Diamond with the video game releases for the month, and then we'll move on from there. So, Janae, you want to go ahead and get started for us?
Sure. So I found out that for the 30th edition over in Japan for Sailor Moon, they're going to be releasing a deluxe 12-inch vinyl records. And also there'll be 2 records, one for the original soundtracks and then one from the Sailor Moon Crystal soundtracks. So that'll be fun.
Okay.
And then Naruto is going to be celebrating for anime. They're celebrating 20 years. So that's pretty cool. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's old.
I didn't know. Well, man.
I think it's kind of funny because, like you said, a lot of us probably maybe weren't as familiar with Naruto until maybe 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I read the manga with my brother, kind of, and then we watched kind of the anime, but we never got into the anime. But it's just a big hype now.
Right. Man.
But it's
You told me something. I didn't know. Was it you? Well, go ahead and finish your report, then I'll ask you.
Oh, and then so the sequel to season 2 of The Devil is a Part-Timer is going to be starting in 2023. So I'm excited for that. I need to finish the second part of the season. I know that you were watching Vinland Saga.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be starting back up in January.
Well, happy.
And then the creator of Gundam, Yuki Tomino, received the 71st annual Kanagawa Culture Award. And so, let's see, where is it? It's for people outstanding achievement in development of art and culture for Japan and then around the world. So he received that award, and he started Gundam in 1979.
I forgot how old that anime was.
Yeah. And then there's going to be a new Godzilla in the works over there in Japan, and there'll be a debut of it on. Yes, we can hear you, Shaw.
Yeah, we hear you. Yep, we hear you.
Okay. All right, we're good now?
Yes.
Go ahead and finish up, Janae.
On November 3rd, the new Godzilla project will start, and November 3rd is also Godzilla Day. So that will debut. And then
the whole day.
The One Piece film Red hit the US on Friday, and it made about 4.7 million on opening day. So I thought that was cool.
So what I'm hearing is Disney needs to learn from whoever did One Piece live action on how to do a live action. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, this is animated. This isn't live action.
Oh, it's not the live action. It's the anime.
No,
okay.
This is animated. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got in the anime worlds.
Man, cool. I thought I saw something Sword Art Online was doing something.
Yes, there's which I didn't realize how old it was. It's 10 years old. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I didn't realize that either.
And so there's they debuted a song, and I'm trying to think if I read right if there's gonna be like a movie. I'm not 100% on the movie part, but they made a song for the 10th anniversary. So
wow. I didn't know the anime was that old.
Yeah, because I recently watched it, like all of it, like 4 years ago. Because I watched it before I had my son. So.
Wow. Thank you for that, Jen. I appreciate it. What's in that glass?
Water.
I'm about to say.
Yeah,
right.
What's in that glass? Got some gin and juice in that glass.
It's Saturday, so it's done. Yeah.
It's just water.
Yeah, water. Okay, cool. Some gin and juice in that thing. All right, let's go ahead and move over to our bountiful video game releases. Diamond, what you got for us?
Okay. So the first game that's going to be released, that's already released, is The Chant. It came out on November 3rd for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and then Windows PC.
Okay.
And then we also have Horse Tales Emerald Valley Ranch that came out on November 3rd for PlayStation 4, PS5, PC, Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And the next game we had was Harvest Stella that came out November 4th. So it came out yesterday for Windows PC and Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And up next, that's going to come out in 3 days from now. It'll be Sonic Frontiers. For PS5.
You better do that game right, too.
I really have high hopes for this because the last game I played was the Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played anything since then.
He better not mess that game up. He got a lot of angry people that mess that game up.
So the next one that's going to appear in 4 days is going to be God of War Ragnarok. I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah.
It comes out on PlayStation 4 and PS5.
Yep.
Okay.
Next one after that is Tactics Ogre Reborn. This is a Square Enix game that's coming out on November 11th for PlayStation 4 and 5, Windows PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And the next thing after that is Pentiment. That's going to come out on November 15th for Xbox One, Series S and X, and for PC.
Okay.
Next one we have is going to be Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 for November 16th. On all consoles.
I've played Call of Duty. Okay. I have some Call of Duty in my gaming library. I feel the same way about it that I feel about Madden. It's the same game.
The same stuff.
Every year. They just put a different skin on it.
Yep.
And now, because you need to be a real man to play Call of Duty, you can get charms for your gun.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
They hang off the gun like a little phone charm.
Damn.
So when you go in through the jungle, they can see that pink Hello Kitty.
I gotta get back on Call of Duty then.
Dang, that's gonna make a play.
I do it. I'm gonna make a playthrough now.
Speaking of Hello Kitty's birthday was last week.
Hello Kitty. And most of these video games nowadays are like $70.
Yeah, because of inflation and the new hardware and such. Which is like, oh, you're breaking my bank right now.
No,
that's on top of the DLCs.
Right. You just gotta be more selective now.
Well, so if you think about it, like a lot of them have gotten a little bit smarter, at least, and you can buy like the deluxe edition, which then comes with like 2 DLCs.
Right. So you had
and you usually only pay like $10 more for that version of the game.
Yeah.
And you get 2 DLCs, so that's saving you like anywhere from $30 to $60.
Right. Yeah. And time on the game too, because most of the time that DLC help you through the game. So that's smart. Yeah. Yep. Dang, because I was looking at getting Gotham Knights, and it's like 30 FPS. No, not for 80, not for $70. No, we'll have to wait on that.
Yeah, my husband was thinking about picking it up, but since it's not tied into any of the other Gotham movie or video games, he's like, nah. We gonna wait on that. We gonna wait on that. We'll wait till you get down to the $20 VN, then we'll go get it.
Well, so what you do, you give it like 3 or 4 days, and there's gonna be like people that have returned it because they already played through it.
Yep.
Right.
You get it at that price. There you go.
So remember, Call of Duty, wait 3 days after release.
Yeah, because he was thinking about that one too.
That have already traded it in a GameStop.
3 days and then go get it.
GameStop's gonna be like charging an arm and a leg for it. It's like, hey, you want this? They're gonna pay you like $80 for when it's originally $70. You're just like, the fuck? Why?
Well, that's if GameStop makes it until Christmas.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stores closing.
I'm surprised our GameStop is still open.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of stores closing. I got 1, 2, around 3 or 4 in my area, and I'm looking at least half of those closing. So we'll see. What? Anything else you got, Diamond? Any more new releases? And I'm waiting on you to say one.
We have Goat Simulator 3 that's coming out on November 17th.
Dang it.
We got
Goat Simulator's fabulous. What are you talking about?
Whatever you want. It's like Sims just for goats. Also,
oh, and here I thought it was going to be like a lot of Tom Brady's you could play.
Damn, man.
Tom Brady's for a ring.
Damn.
Right?
You'll
just get his jersey number or something.
You know what though? Speaking of, I'm gonna say this real quick. If Tom Brady can get a divorce, I don't feel that bad in life, damn it. If Tom Brady's divorced, I don't feel bad.
Dude, here's the thing. All he had to do was stay retired.
That's all he had to do. That's it.
Collect your endorsement money, bro. Just collect the endorsements.
You had a job. You had a Christian little analyst job already from when you quit. So
He said
And
the
what
ball
more
was
do you-
life.
And what more do you have to prove? You done been to umpteen Super Bowls. You ain't got nothing else to prove.
You ain't got
Mhm.
any more fingers for any more rings.
Exactly. You running out of fingers. What you gonna do? Put them on your toes? Nah, man. I mean, I get it. You want to do
like John
what you
Force
want
with
to
all
do.
his champion rings.
I mean, I get it. You want to do what, but there's a certain point in time that you got to say, hey, my family needs me. I got a cushy job afterward, and I'm walking away with no concussions. I can form and simulate thoughts and everything
Are we
like
sure
that.
he didn't have a
3
concussion?
commercials. I know, right?
He might have. That's true. He might have.
There might be some other things going on
There
up
might be some
there.
other stuff going on. But for the most part, man, he's walking, talking, upright, walking without a limp, no cane or anything like that. At some point, you just gotta say, look, I ain't got nothing else to play for, and just call it a day. Ain't nothing wrong with retiring, man. Come on now.
Didn't it take him like a day to come out of retirement? Like
It
he
took
said,
him like 2 days.
Like,
It was 2 days.
2 days.
4 days already
I'm
itching.
coming out of retirement. Like the fuck, dude.
I'm
What
retired.
is that?
Oh, I'm gonna retire. Oh wait, I'm back. But you
What
know
goes
what?
Did
through
you
the
call him up
kid's
and say he
mind
was
with
allowed to
that?
deflate footballs again?
I know, right? Still mad about
Like,
that.
Tom, we're gonna let the air out of these footballs just for you, man. If you come back,
Death for you if you
Right?
come back. I'm gonna deflate all the balls just for you. But what I still think at some point the divorce would have happened because there's a difference in life between you being home and you being away for the wife too. And it's like she's accustomed to taking care of the kids by herself. She's accustomed to doing everything on her own. All of a sudden, Tom's
With the
there,
nanny.
and you get a nanny. She got more money than he
Oh
do.
no, don't
So-
get a nanny. You don't want like
No,
Arnold Schwarzenegger
she
type
probably has a nanny.
Probably does.
Yeah.
That's true. But in normal stable relationships, when the athlete's home, permanently home, it changes the dynamic a little bit versus him being on the road and her being able to do what she wants to do. So, but in this case, nannies can be involved, like you said earlier, to make it easier on her. So maybe the divorce doesn't happen if he retires. But yeah, man, on Brady's part, you gotta call it a career, man. I know 45.
and he could have gotten out of his career with minimal scandal.
Sure
Yeah.
could have. Sure
you know,
could have.
which is rare in any celebrity's case. Hi, Kanye. But,
Kyrie Irving.
you know, most celebrities, by the time they're able to step out of the limelight, usually they're forced out by some sort of scandal nowadays.
Yep.
He could have walked away
He could have.
and just called it a day.
But
Nah, he wanted drama.
Nah, man, I can't do
all
it.
the smoke.
He did drama llama.
He want all the smoke.
Drama llama.
All right, Diamond, I'm still waiting you to say one title. Go ahead.
We have like the Dark Pictures anthology "Devil in Me" that comes out on November 18th for all systems.
Still waiting. Go ahead.
The next game is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you to say it. That was the one. Yes.
But let me pour my money into this again.
That's the one I was waiting on, man. That's the one I was waiting on. I don't see how, and I get it's popular. I understand that, but damn, this is like just y'all. How many Pokemon games you done had throughout the history? Because it was 84, 85 when Red and Blue got here.
Around that, yeah.
Yeah.
Over in Japan, they didn't bring Pokemon over here until like the early 90s because I remember
Early
playing
90s,
it in the
yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
my
I
first
think
quiz, dude.
Jesus. So
They didn't bring
Pokemon
over
like
green.
Mario.
I know.
They didn't bring over. They should not the green that we know. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's like red, blue,
Then gold and silver
then
and
gold and
crystal.
silver, and then we got emerald.
Mhm.
And then I'm just talking about the main games. I'm not talking about little
Yeah.
side offs.
Like because there's a like diamond black and something
Mhm.
white or something like that.
yeah,
I didn't watch. I didn't play those.
Pokemon White 1, Pokemon White 2. You have those games. Sword and Shield. League Arceus. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I love.
But here's the thing with it. It's really like Mario, though. Like we played it as kids.
Yeah.
And then as we continue to play it as adults, then like your kids saw you play it, and it's very child and adult friendly.
Yep.
So it's something that like can kind of be played as a family, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or generationally, it just kind of gets passed down. Like we all played Mario. I'm betting most of y'all's kids played Mario.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that's kind of the way Pokemon, and that's what's keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should bring Pokemon Stadium back. That'd be fun.
Oh,
bring back Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon Tales of Darkness.
Memory game.
Look, I'm gonna need all y'all to get it so I can have somebody to trade with.
I don't even have the stuff to do that.
Trade my game.
The last Pokemon game I have was Pokemon Crystal.
Good Lord.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look, I need you to go get a Switch.
I have the game guide and everything. That's the last one I got. And then the recent Pokemon game I play is Pokemon Go. So
what? Who was it? Suicune was the cover.
Yeah,
was the cover Pokemon for that. Yeah, Suicune was Pokemon for that. All right, Jen, I need you to go get a Switch. And I need you to get Scar. I need you to go get a Switch.
You gonna give me some money for that?
Like you need to go buy a Switch.
And also my husband would steal it from me.
So the key to this is
play on Mario's.
He probably would steal it.
I know, right? They're pretty. That's money.
I didn't. I was gonna wait till the end of the show. Cards are dropping for us on laser.gg. I'm gonna tell you guys that earlier this week. I talked to the guy. Cards are dropping. We need a few more spears to drop. But we cards are dropping. So thank you for everybody out there getting the cards. Because the ladies are pretty here. Us dudes, we just ugly as hell. And we need help, y'all. Me and Shaw, we need help. The ladies out here look gorgeous. We need help, y'all. The fellas need help. So we need tape ups, we need trims, we need everything. So definitely look out for
the ladies. We need Switch money.
Yeah, we need Switch money. Yes. Yeah, we need money. Dom, you got a Switch?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you got a Switch. I don't think Kat has one. And we know Janae got one. So we need 2 Switches. So hook us up. You need 2 Switches and 2 games. So hook us up.
We've been very tempted to buy them for Mario.
That Xbox X.
Man.
Yeah.
Also trying to find a PS5.
What's up, man?
Same.
Like in 2 years.
What's up, man? What's going on with you, man? How you doing, Ando? Ando's got a Switch too. Yay. I'm gonna need somebody to trade with. So he got a Switch. Perfect. So definitely head over to laser.gg. Definitely. Any other video game releases coming down the pipe, Diamond?
I mean, there's like Evil West. I never heard of this game.
Never heard of that one.
It's like comes out November 22nd. It's for all consoles, or except for Switch.
Okay.
And then the next one is Gungrave Gore. That comes out November 22nd too. And then I think the second to last one is Just Dance 2023.
Ooh.
Like, I haven't played Just Dance in forever.
I ain't played that in years, man.
The last dancing game I played was like Dance Central. Like,
can you like play that online against somebody?
Yeah.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge you.
Then the next game would be World of Warcraft Dragonflight on November 28th. And the last game.
Expansion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the last game will be Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide for November 30th.
Like 40K doesn't make enough money. There are 2 games if you don't want your kids to ever buy drugs: Pokemon, Magic, and 40K.
Mm-hmm.
They won't have money. They'll have to bump drugs
no
up.
Money. They won't have no money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we talked about that. I'm glad everything worked out, man. He was coming home on vacation, and they hit a deer, and it's like that could be catastrophic.
I'm just glad they're okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad everybody's okay.
Nobody wants to hear my horror stories about things like that.
Man, I bet you that deer came out of nowhere too. Ooh.
Well, it was probably the straggler. So like you always the
last one.
Squirrels in the Geico commercials from years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 of them will cross across the road, and you'll be like, all right, they crossed. It's clear. And then, like, you've got, like, slow-mo Joe in the back is all, bam, hit your car.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead. Thank you for that, Janae. Thank you for that, Dom. Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and move on with the rest of the show. We got Shaw back with us. We're gonna go ahead and go over all the show reviews and news of the week. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right, Shaw, you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. So first up, let's talk about Stargirl. A lot of stuff happened. We got introduced to Ultra Humanites. Like I always say, there's so many talking gorillas that have nothing to do with each other in comics. I find that to be funny. We had some decent ice fights with some old people. And some decent introductions. What did y'all think of the episodes?
I couldn't suffer through Mayberry.
There was actually fighting, and it was more dark kind of feeling.
So like they turned down the lighting on the set?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there was actual fighting, and it wasn't all like so
We're gonna fight as a team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But Courtney kept on saying, "No, stop it! No!" It's
Stop
like
it now.
It's like, I know she hadn't told him about her powers or anything yet, but it's like, okay, you have the power to stop both of them. Summon the power and do it instead of just letting them beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say sell tickets.
I know, right?
The whole thing is killing me because she's trying to. I'm glad we got some fight in this episode because the fighting offset the teenage angst that we got in this. I feel I should have to tell him everything. I can't be with him unless I tell him.
Yeah.
What? You gonna
Girl,
tell
don't worry,
him?
by the time you hit your 30s, you're gonna understand that's not the case.
You gonna tell him your brother was the one who killed your daddy, which is basically what it came down to. Mm-hmm. You gonna tell him that? Okay, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get naked for you so I can tell you that my brother killed your father. It'll take your mind off it.
But I make it now.
Oh wait, this isn't that show. Never mind.
It's
my
not
bad.
that show.
Yeah, not that kind of show. I might be more entertained if it was.
Oh, snap. But it's just killing me. Come on, man. And then the dude, Starman, you saw a little. You didn't even see him. You heard him a little bit in the episode, but you didn't really see him. And maybe I might be a little, how can I say, making too much of it. But does Pat and his wife actually look like husband and wife to y'all? Because I don't see no husband and wife type of motion,
like hand holding, like a little like glance or anything. Yeah, it's very.
It's like
the chemistry is.
They're going to Leave It to Beaver.
I know, right? Separate beds.
In like those old timey shows from like the 50s and 60s where they had to sleep in the separate beds. I'm sorry, Starman still strikes me as like, that uncle that just got out of rehab that's crashing in their basement.
Oh, that's just wrong.
I mean, it tracks.
Yeah. But it just don't, seem too much like husband and wife to me. No, not saying you got to kiss every scene, but at the same point, you're supposed to be husband and wife, and he just went through a traumatic experience. So what you gonna do? Pour a cup of Earl Grey and tell him talk to me?
Right. Men aren't like that. They have to stew and figure things out first before they will sit down and talk with you.
Man, don't let that be me, because I just would. Hey, look, there's some messed up stuff I went through. Let me tell you about it. I won't sit there 20 years and let it fester. Oh, let me tell you about this day when I'm 80 years old. No, I'm gonna tell you right then. But other than that, I thought it was a decent episode. The fighting saved it. But yeah,
It was really sad that the old people were whipping those teenagers' butts.
They're whooping their ass. They're whooping their ass. They're 70, 80 years old. I got these ice powers.
They still have more fighting experience than you.
Heck yeah, they
17, 18-year-olds.
You know, boy had if old boy was a G, if he didn't have that heart attack,
yeah,
man, old girl would have got Wildcat was getting messed up. You did see Dr. Midnight look kind of cool because she got the rest of the suit unlocked. But before then, no. Just plain D, no. But now she can fight. So, you know, with the help of the suit. So let's see if that makes it a little bit better. As we all know, this is the show's last season. How many more episodes show we got to watch this? Is it 1, 2 more, or is it already done?
I believe it's 5. I heard it was 5 more episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't let up like that. I gotta watch this 5 more times.
Just can't take some deep breath.
I'll pray for y'all.
I gotta watch Mayberry 5 more times.
Well, Kat, you suffered through Naomi for me. I will suffer through
Yeah. I'm like, I suffered through Naomi. I can't. Okay, that says a lot right there. I suffered through Naomi, and I cannot suffer through Stargirl. I'm like, nah, bro.
So, do y'all think? And Shaw, I saw you did you were talking to somebody on Facebook about they were saying move the shows over to HBO Max, but then you were saying HBO Max is going to end soon.
Yeah, HBO Max is ending in like a year. They're merging with Discovery. And they specifically want to focus on the reality shows for some reason. So, yeah.
That's stupid.
So Discovery is going to be going under in 2 years.
Yep, pretty much.
Because there's only so much white people flipping houses you can watch.
There's so much reality shows you can take in a time frame.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Discovery almost lost me with their show. It was like I was almost eaten or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they played the commercial for it, and it was about like people who'd almost died in animal attacks.
Oh, jeez.
And on the Discovery Channel, I don't know how many people watch streaming for Discovery. They have a bad habit of playing the same commercial for like a month. And it's only one. So by the time that month was over, I was like, I really wish the shark would have eaten you.
Yeah.
What's the shark would have got your ass?
I wouldn't have to hear about this show if that shark would have just done his job right.
Would have got your ass. You'd be straight.
No, then it would have been on a different show for Shark Week.
Yeah.
The shark had one damn job.
Yeah. To bite you in half so you could not tell your story.
The shark had a damn job and it didn't do it. All right,
Which
so
this just goes to show you guys, sharks are not dangerous enough.
All right, so what we got next, Mom?
All right, next up, we got the season 4 premiere of Titans, 2 episodes. What did y'all think?
I only saw the first one. I know that the other one was right behind it. I didn't know
asleep.
that. She want to see. I did watch the first one though. The first one was weird. It was just weird because it had this magic mumbo jumbo, and you saw Raven went through it, Lex went through it. So there's all this magic. The dude in a what? I don't know what that was, a pawn shop or whatever.
Taxidermy place. I saw.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you saw him go
and
through,
like the random bleeding of things.
Yeah, you
like,
saw
what
him
the
go
heck
through
is
it too.
that?
Then that chick was eating worms or whatever it was. I thought she was eating noodles and you eating worms, and it's like, ugh.
I'm not into that.
It was weird. I didn't know the second episode was right behind it because I went ahead and watched Game of Thrones. I had to go back and watch that second episode. But I will say this. They kind of made me a little upset because they're up and talking about Superman wants to meet you. Superman wants to meet you. Then he gets there. Superman ain't there. You punk.
Yeah.
You punk. You punk. Can I say it? Oh, the hell with it. You punk ass bitch. You want there to meet your son. Okay. I got called away to do some other stuff. Whatever, man. But it was cool to see
son,
stuff.
I had to go like save a galaxy.
I had to go save a galaxy, son. I'll talk to you later. Come on, man. Come on, man. But it was cool to see Star Labs. It was cool to see that, and it was cool to see Nightwing fight. So yeah. So the skirmish sticks. That was kind of cool. It was just weird toward the end, but it was nice to see Titans back. Hopefully we get everything else back before HBO Max closes shop, because I got a feeling, all the DC stuff is going, after HBO Max shuts down, it's going to be gone.
Yeah. We got one more season of Doom Patrol, and there's still no word about another season of Young Justice.
Because we hadn't heard anything solid. We hadn't heard anything solid yet about Young Justice.
Yeah. No, I thought they were already doing stuff for it already, though, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard anything else about it. Because the way it ended, you're supposed to get Mary Marvel and Supergirl. So, or Black Mary, I should say, and Supergirl. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Dear Amazon, please pick up DC shows.
Yes.
Sincerely, me.
Yes. That would be great if Amazon Prime did that. Be off the chain. Have Young Justice and Invincible in the same place. That's what I'm talking about. All right, what we got? What's up next, y'all?
All right, next up we got the Centennial Special of Doctor Who. Have y'all seen the episode?
Yes.
What you think, Kat?
I'm conflicted.
Oh.
Get him, Kat, get him.
Well, so as Tennant being my favorite Doctor, I'm conflicted with the fact that he's coming back again. Like, being that was my Doctor, I should be excited about this. But there's another part of me that's like, hold up. No, we don't repeat Doctors like this. So that was kind of where I was really hoping, because you always are kind of hoping to, like, hey, who's the next Doctor going to be? Let's check it out.
Right.
And to have them go back to the Doctor I already know, I just don't know how I feel about that.
I bet you.
Yeah. It's probably because of the whole degeneration thing earlier. That's probably why it is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have mentioned about returning to old faces, like with in the 50th with the Creator.
Right, but the way they did it in the 50th though was more like all of the Doctors converging into the same timeline, rather than we're just gonna go back to this guy for now.
Yeah. I hear that he's supposed to be back for only 3 specials.
Okay, maybe I won't be as bad about it, but I was just kind of like, but we want a new one.
Yeah, we're getting a new one.
But we want a new one. Want
a new one.
Yeah, we know what to expect this one.
Special. Yeah. Also, news. It's been confirmed that Doctor Who will be airing on Disney Plus when it starts airing new episodes. So next November, it'll be returning. Whether we get the backlog category of all the episodes, we'll see. We also got some pictures to talk about it. Picture number 7 and then 8. Yeah, that's the new logo, which looks a lot like one of the older logos.
Yeah, about to say it does.
And yeah, Doctor Who returning in 2020, November specifically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next up, let's go on to Bleach. Y'all want to talk about it? What's up with it?
Oh, it was a little heartbreaking for me watching those first 4 episodes. How far is everybody else?
Why you say that?
I finished all 4.
I mean,
okay.
First 3.
But y'all didn't watch like the first 600 episodes or whatever, right?
I've only got through the original, I think up to season 2.
Okay.
2 or 3. So I only know half what's going on.
You know half of what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So knowing all the work that Ichigo and everybody had to go through to get their Bankai. Even though you didn't have to see the commanders go through it, you knew watching Ichigo's story what he had to go through to get his Bankai.
Yeah.
And you also understand the reason why his Bankai is special is because of the fact that he's in a lot of ways, he's part hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that that's why the Quincy's can't, like, he's the only person who could stand up to them because he's both hollow and Soul Reaper with the Soul Society.
Yeah, and then they can't steal the Bankai.
Right. Then, of course, there's the friend who is the Quincy. And he's just now finding out about the genocide that happened against the Quincy's. When obviously there were other people that could have kind of given him that history in however many years it's been since they first started their training.
Yeah.
And so, and him and Ichigo have always had kind of a tenuous relationship.
Yeah, kind of strenuous.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, and it really kind of feels like Ichigo is the popular kid who picked on the geek. But because, you know, the geek liked the pretty girl, the geek would be friends. It's kind of how it felt even in the previous seasons. Like, eventually they kind of started to develop an understanding of each other.
Right.
And so I'm kind of interested to see how that relationship is going to play out once he's free. Because, you know, he's going to be free because they're not going to stop it at 4 episodes. Let's be honest. He's going to find a way to free himself, probably through the hollows. I'm not sure why they're bringing Nell back as a in the child form again. Because Nell, and if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, I thought it was with the Arrancar, that the lower the number, the stronger the Arrancar, right?
Yeah.
She's a 3.
Damn.
So she's up there.
She's up there. Yeah.
So, and like the other 2 were always kind of comic fodder, but all of those 3 of those characters are lower numbers. So they are super powerful.
Yep.
So I guess I'm just not sure why she's maintained the child form, unless it comes out later that in the fight, part of that adult form is part of her Bankai.
That could be.
Because the Arrancar have something similar to the Zanpakuto and the Bankai. I think it's called something different.
That could be it.
Because it's been a while since I've watched all of that. So I'm not sure if maybe that's why. Because anybody who watched it all the way through, Nell was annoying as can be when you first met that character. But then all of a sudden, like, they're in Echo Muerto, or maybe it's the other way around. And all of a sudden she's like a full-grown adult. And she's just this badass. So I'm not sure what's keeping her from transforming. Unless it's a protective measure so she could get help.
Yeah, that could be another reason. Yeah. Another reason too.
So I like the way the story's going so far, but like watching Renji, and then try and fight off and have their well, Renji didn't release his Bankai, so his didn't get stolen.
Yeah.
But having to watch all of the commanders, like half of them losing their Bankai, which is so much an integral part of them, and them knowing that it's the only thing that they can use to protect the Soul Society.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that hurts. You know, because I wouldn't necessarily say they're all good guys. I mean, in the scheme of things, they're not evil.
Right.
Some of them have their quirks. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. Because there are some of those commanders that they, unlike, you know, Vegeta, you don't ever see their full potential. Because their full potential is so potentially devastating.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I do like the direction they're going.
Anybody want to add anything to that?
All I know is I need to go back and watch the rest of it.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it in sub, not dub. It makes more sense in sub.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I usually, for the most part, I pick subs over dubs.
All the time.
There was one season that I think I started it in sub, and then I couldn't find it again, and I found it in dub. And I wanted to claw my ears and eyes out. Because the character sounded like a full 180 difference between the two. Yeah, it was painful.
All right, what else we got up, y'all?
All right. Would y'all like to talk about the season finale of House of Dragons?
I mean, I'm always willing to talk about House of Dragons.
I mean, the only thing that before, and I gotta John this tape. I'm gonna let Kat go before me because I gotta John this tape. Go ahead, Kat.
All right. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the when this picks back up for the next season. Because that ending, like, to know that you are the one that caused the war.
The look on his face was priceless.
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, it gets back to a few episodes before when he first stole the dragon. And there was the conversation had that even though you can ride the dragon, that doesn't mean that you own the dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't heed that message. And I don't know if anybody else paid attention to this, but throughout the season, they kind of compared in a lot of ways, even creating the similar look to Daemon and Aemon.
Yeah.
Because they were the sons that were basically told, you do whatever you're going to do because you're never going to be king.
Yeah.
And where Daemon, though, still understood the importance of and the significance of training your dragon, so to speak, and becoming one with your dragon. Aemon never had anyone that really fully helped him understand that. He just felt like he was being left out because he wasn't given a dragon, an egg initially. Because I think at the time they were having difficulty finding them. Come to find out, Daemon's got like a whole horde of them. Right. You know, which, I mean, that's Daemon for you. That tracks. Okay. So what does he do? He goes and steals a dragon because all the other kids are picking on him because he doesn't have a dragon. And he just learned the lesson the hard way that just because you can ride that dragon doesn't mean that you're that dragon's rider.
Oh yeah.
Because you saw, and ultimately you can see that it was intended the way that kids would. I'm going to scare him. I'm going to intimidate him because my dragon's larger.
Yeah. And
the other kid, I can't think of his name.
I'm trying to remember if it's Jace or not.
Yeah, I'm going to outmaneuver him because my dragon's smaller and faster.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he was backed into a corner that he's like, the only option I have here is to burn this dragon to get me enough time to get away.
But also, like, he didn't have control of his dragon because, like, he was giving it a pep talk, too, because it was nervous about the rain and the storm and the big dragon.
He had control, though. He had control. Because he'd worked with that dragon since it was an egg. Since it came out of the egg. And so he commanded it to burn. That was done on command because at any point in time...
I didn't hear him say Dracarys, so...
Yeah, he did. Okay. Yeah. So at that point was when, if you watched really closely, after the burning, Aemon is trying to get the dragon to listen to him. And the dragon won't. And the dragon's doing what wild animals do. It's going to defend itself by any means possible. Because it doesn't even see it as, you came after my rider.
Yeah.
It's, you attacked me. So it's very similar to if you have an untrained dog.
Yeah.
Like, we've all seen it somewhere where a little dog goes and nips at a big dog, and most big dogs are like, shut up, Pee-wee, and go away.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you have a larger dog who hasn't been around small dogs or hasn't been around a lot of other dogs, that large dog's going to get a hold of that chihuahua, and it's not going to be pretty.
Exactly.
And that's what happened in this situation. Is he was trying to direct his dragon to go back and away from the fight and just say, we'll leave it be. And the dragon didn't. Honestly, let's face it, that's probably a 10, 12 ton dragon.
Yeah.
if he's not going to listen to you and you're that high up, you're not going to jump off.
Nope.
So he now understands why everyone was trying to say you need to give the dragon back.
Yeah.
Because Damon could have trained it to one of the other children. Damon could have even helped him learn, train to it, if he would have asked him, because they were still family and on okay terms. But he didn't do that. He acted like a little shit.
Yep.
And here's the problem with that, because even if he tries to go back and say, I didn't mean for that to happen, he has an entire court of people that saw him try to attack his cousin.
Yep.
And instigate so that look on his face was, I just started a war.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And no one's going to believe that I didn't mean to. And you see that he has that, I don't want to say gentler side, but that more considerate side when they were trying to find Aegon.
Yeah.
Because here he is trying to, and he's even said, like, I know my brother doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's studied. I'm the one who's done these things. And what is he off doing? Getting drunk and being a slob.
Pretty much.
But you saw that there was that consideration for other people. That a lot of the tough guy act was just that. It was an act. But now he's done something that's terrible that he didn't ever intend to have happen. And there's no way he can go back and take it back.
Right.
So that's my take.
My issue in the whole thing, first, when old boy was masturbating out the window. You know, I think I was in episode 9 when he actually masturbated.
off the in the window.
Bruh, you are one weak knee away from hitting the ground and being crippled.
Well, I mean, it's not any different than Highlander.
Facts.
Not Highlander, Homelander. I mean,
facts.
He
did the
the
same
writing
thing.
was on the wall right there. Like,
bruh, come on. That was funny to me. But other than that, it was really good, you know, for the most part. You know, you had a couple of, I still think it's messed up how they did the king. He was old, decrepit, looking really bad before they finally came back to see him. That was kind of bad. But it was a real good episode, and yeah, you do see that the war gonna come next season. You're gonna see that. Hopefully, you won't have any more time skips next season.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, I hate time skips. Man, that was a good series. Char, what did you think about it?
I did not see it.
You didn't watch it?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything past the first episode.
How about you, Dami? Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it either. Besides, like, the first episode, that was it.
Y'all can go binge it now, though. It's all 10 out. It was good for the most part. It was good. They had us moments here and there, but for the most part, I thought episode 9 though, when the old chick was on the dragon, I thought that dragon was gonna mess up everybody. I thought that dragon was gonna.
I was hoping, but she said that wasn't her war to start. So I thought that was very cool of her. That she's like, no, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm gonna just tell Rhaenyra instead.
I'm just gonna roll out. But I thought that but I surely thought that dragon was gonna just like everybody else said, forget this. This is mine. I'm just like, no, it didn't happen. Doggone it. All right, Shaw, what's next up?
All right, next up, we'll on to the news. First up, James Gunn and Peter Safran have been named the new co-CEOs of DC Studios, which will be a division of DC Comics based on the Warner Brothers Discovery deal. What are y'all thoughts on James Gunn taking this position?
I think it'll be a good thing.
I like Gunn, but I don't know, man. I ain't trusting Warner Brothers.
I mean, we'll see moving forward. I mean,
hella lame. I mean, you gonna get rid of DC for reality TV? What? Housewives of Atlanta? Basketball Wives of New York? What? Really?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm naked and afraid. No, you're naked and stupid.
Naked and stupid.
Yeah. It's such a weird show.
Jesus, man. Reality TV. Arrowverse for reality. Okay, never mind. All right, go ahead, Shaw.
All right, next up, we got some rumors for the Ironheart series. Picture number 18, please. Yeah, it's rumored that Sacha Baron Coleman will be playing Mephisto. What are y'all thoughts?
I'm just happy Mephisto's being talked about.
We should have been got Mephisto, though. We should have been got him, though. We should have got him in WandaVision.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know a lot.
That would have been funny if he was in WandaVision.
It would have been funny as hell. It would have been funny. And that's when it would have been. Go ahead.
I remember how when Loki came out, all these ideas they're talking about Mephisto. It's like they're alluding to Mephisto. It's like no, they're alluding to an alternate dimension and such.
If you would have put Mephisto in WandaVision, it would have made perfect sense. It would have made perfect if you put him in there, even if it wasn't nothing but for an episode or a cameo or something. But they ain't do it. And so why would you put him out of this element in Ironheart?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or they have a dartboard. They have a dartboard of different characters, and then they just chuck it at it, and they're like, "Okay, we'll use this character for this series."
I got this dartboard right here. I'm gonna see if it sticks.
No, it's the spinning wheel. It's the
spinning wheel.
Yes, that's even better.
Yeah,
that's even better.
Yeah, spinning wheel.
Because they might miss the names on the dartboard.
Yeah, so with the spinning wheel, it's all.
Yep. You put Mephisto in a show of somebody no one likes, because for some reason no one likes Riri, and it's based on comic book hate. And no, I like Riri, so maybe it changes by the time Black Panther comes out. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wakanda Forever, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, next up, Harrison Ford will officially be joining the MCU as Thunderbolt Ross for both Captain America 4 and the Thunderbolts. What are y'all thoughts on that?
So is he going to end up being Red Hulk?
All they're saying is Thunderbolt Ross. We don't know if he'll be Red Hulk yet.
If he ain't Red Hulk, what's the point?
Agreed.
I mean, you can move the storyline along with the Hulk, but if you're not going to end up being Red Hulk, and then you get Red She-Hulk after that, I don't get the point.
Right. Very true.
Because Red Hulk should be
like Tom Brady. He needs to retire.
Yeah.
He retired, man. You go home, man. You gotta find white. You Indiana Jones. You married to Ally McBeal. Come on, man.
The only reason I can figure he would take that role is because he has to pay the city for his last airplane crash.
Oh,
what?
Hello.
Burn. Oh yeah, he's wrecked his plane 3 times.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, he plays Cessnas, so they're tiny and it doesn't take a whole lot to crash a Cessna. And so he's had to make a few emergency landings that I mean, he never ends up getting majorly hurt. I think one of them he got a concussion. But it still ends up landing somewhere in public property, and the state of California is poor, so they might be making him pay for it this time.
Bruh.
Jesus.
Stop flying. All right, we got
Stop flying.
Stop flying for real.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got a photo of the cast from Madam Web. Picture number 16, please. Yeah, so this is them. What roles they're playing, we don't actually know, but yep, that's them.
One of them supposed to be Madam Web.
Yeah, I believe that's the first chick, the chick in the red jacket.
They ain't even believable.
So they're going back to young Madam Web rather than old Madam Web, which is where they started.
Yeah, they're doing the second one. The second one that started as I think Jessica Drew. I think
the first one came out.
The second one. It's one of the original. One of the Spider Women.
Okay, I'm so confused because I don't remember the first Madam Web movie coming out.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
And I'm not
the first Madam Web.
I legit was like, I didn't think that movie was out yet.
Because the first Madam Web was the old Madam Web you saw in that 90s Spider-Man show. That's her first TV appearance that I'm aware of.
I remember.
And she was old. She was old. So now you mean to tell me you're gonna take that timeline and move it to where you gave it to Jessica Drew?
Yeah.
Okay, then how you gonna do that without? Maybe it's in the movie, but
it's in the comics. It's in the comics. It happens.
I know it's in the comics. But how would you do? But unless you tell it in the movie, everybody gonna be confused.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Because I could have sworn that everything else rumored up to this point was old Madam Web.
Right. I didn't think it was gonna be young Madam Web. Wow.
Okay, so I didn't miss the movie launching. Okay, I'm not that far out of touch with life.
You're not a Janae. You didn't pull a Janae. Yeah.
I was like, did I walk through a portal at some point? Are we in an alternate universe? What happened here?
Right. That's crazy. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. Speaking of,
how you gonna give me Jessica Drew without being Spider-Woman? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just because you put Spider-Woman on Disney Plus doesn't mean people know what Spider-Woman is.
Thank you.
Disney, do you know the difference between Madam Web and Spider-Woman?
Right.
Asking for a friend.
Exactly.
Okay.
Are they the same or what?
Like, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they don't know the difference.
They might
we
not.
know they're horrible at reading source material.
Right.
That's messed up. Because the Madam Web we know of that started that the whole thing was old.
Well, if you go to the comics, of course, like you said, we know there was the younger version.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't see it until much later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see it much, much later. And
are they just trying to put like hot women in like spandex?
They trying to counter Jason Momoa's abs.
You cannot counter Jason Momoa's abs. I'm like Stargate Atlantis. Even then, you couldn't counter Jason Momoa's abs.
All right. Next up, we got some Fantastic Four casting rumors. First up, Adam Driver has apparently been talked about for the role of Reed Richards. And next off, we got picture number 17. What are y'all thoughts on what's his face?
No.
I
Absolutely
think
not.
He would make a better Doom than Reed Richards.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
See that.
That's a good point. I'd love to see him as Doom. That's a good point.
I'm still holding out for Jim to be like Reed Richards.
And I don't want to lose seeing him as Lucifer.
Yeah,
right?
that too. Yeah.
And plus, he's already been in the MCU as Lucifer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, because which I mean is kind of one of those like, oh hey, look, mainstream TV also tied into MCU some more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like it. Don't do it.
Do that,
It's okay. Chris Evans was Johnny Storm at one point.
Yep. That's why I'm pissed off at him. How the hell you get to be two iconic Marvel characters?
Because he got the catch line of "Flame on."
He said it just right. Flame on. He said it just right.
It's like in the show What We Do in the Dark, What We Do in the Shadows. Mm-hmm. Every time the one guy turns into a bat, he yells "bat." Like
he said it just right, and I gave him the role. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, Sharp, what we got next, man?
Next up, we got the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Did y'all see it? And what y'all think?
Yeah. I liked it.
I haven't seen any of those movies, so I didn't watch the trailer.
William Jackson Harper has joined Ant-Man 3. And that's the supposed promo pic.
Yep.
I ain't feeling the way Kane looking, but that's just me.
We all float down here.
I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler for that. Man, I'm not a fan of the way Kane the Conqueror looks, but we'll see. It's early, so we'll see if they get it right.
Yeah, well, I think this is just like one version. There's going to be a bunch, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, next up, there's a apparent rumor that Marvel is developing a Nova special presentation at some point for Disney Plus. What are your thoughts on that?
Nova ain't even that.
What?
Yeah.
He ain't even that popular. He ain't even, I'm not trying to put down the no.
Yeah, like
He ain't even a secondary character. He's like a
He's
fourth
like a
dairy
D-lister
character.
Like,
What the hell? What they doing?
I mean, do they think just because they made a Disney Infinity figure that they need to like give him a movie?
He ain't even.
Like,
There's so many more things you could have done. You could have given us, not that they would have done it, right? But you could have given us Century.
I mean, they could give us a proper X-Men movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'll
please.
work. That'll work.
Like, there are so many other better known characters that they could have gone with. But honestly, what they need to do, they need to start slowing their roll.
Yeah.
Because the reason that people are starting to get superhero fatigue is because everything is a superhero movie or show.
Yep.
It
I
was
agree.
different. Like, part of the reason why the Avengers whole chain worked was because we had Captain America. Then a year later, we had the next movie. I don't know what it was in the chain. I forget.
It was 4.
But
It was
they were
4.
spaced out like no more than 2 a year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it made sense, like, as you got to Infinity War to like ramp up, like do like 3 or 4, because it's like a fireworks show. You're building to the finale.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you keep using obscure superheroes for your shows, and I understand why they're doing it, because they failed streaming class.
Sure about did.
And they didn't realize that if you put your shows all out at once, then people are just going to watch that show, cancel their subscription,
Yeah.
and then wait for the show to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to have something like back to back to back to keep people there.
Nova ain't it though.
But yeah, Nova's not it. So I think they need to slow it down a little bit. Like, maybe give us more than like 9 episode seasons.
Yeah.
You know, you want to
Interested
build
in
character
theirs.
story and you want people to be interested. Give us more than 9 episodes. Remember when shows used to be like 15, 20 episodes?
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Like, you want people to stay on, extend out your show. I mean, not that I know how to run a streaming service, but as a viewer, that would be my recommendation.
Yeah.
True.
Because, like I said, I'm going back and watching Stargate Atlantis. That show's like 15 years old,
Yeah, 15,
Right.
16 years old. Yeah.
but it's got Jason Momoa's abs, so it's okay.
Hey, Purdy.
I'm gonna move around a little bit here real quick. Some of this we're gonna save for next week for time constraints. I do want to go into these last 2 death battles. SpongeBob versus Aquaman. Did you guys see those?
Yep.
I briefly saw them right before the
I haven't
show.
seen
I was surprised by the SpongeBob one.
I'm sorry that my face says it all.
Disappointed.
SpongeBob is a god.
Into your corner, Death Battle. You're in timeout.
SpongeBob is a god. It's just what they essentially said. He's a god. I mean, if you ain't got no moisture or no heat to evaporate his ass, he's a god. Man, get out of here with that crap.
I mean, so what I'm hearing is Aquaman just would have had to have taken him above water.
Right?
Yeah.
Swim him to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get hypoxia.
But technically, he was like in space at one point. Or at least I thought it was space. It was the other side of the universe or whatever. And it's like, what the heck?
Yeah, man, that ain't make that ain't make no
How
sense.
long
I
to
know
me.
it's cartoon.
Oh, wait.
But, you know, like me and Shaw always says, though, in Death Battle, you never know how things gonna go. Because they did Kirby versus Majin Buu, you sure would have thought Majin Buu would have destroyed Kirby. Man, Kirby came, man. Kirby
Now the
whipped his
question
tail.
is, who could, like, if it was like an eating contest, who could eat more? Is what they should have done.
That would be the question.
Which is the bottomless pit, Kirby or Majin Buu?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. The second death battle was Jason versus Michael Myers. What'd you guys think about that one?
That's an argument that'll never be solved.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I was surprised. So.
Jason won that one. I was kind of shocked by that.
Of course, I've never seen any of the Jason movies, and I've only seen a few of
What?
Halloween movies.
You ain't seen none of
I am
Friday the
disappointed.
13th?
Here-
What?
Here is Janae. Here is a rock. I'm under a rock for things.
Ah, man.
No one should be surprised by this.
Like,
Man,
you haven't
gotta watch a
seen
Friday the
this movie?
13th.
Oh my god!
No.
Man, you gotta watch a Friday the 13th. Another thing I want to talk about real quick. It looks to be there's a rumor out here that WB is eyeing George McKay to replace Ezra Miller as the Flash in the DCEU. So, if this happens, I'm assuming the last time we see Ezra is Flashpoint. If this is true, and then he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Finally.
Because I think having this role is kind of like his enabler, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
People
thinking.
talking about him as his enabler.
Yeah, that's a couple of sentences, and that's his enabler. He also pleaded not guilty to burglary charges, and he faces up to 26 years in prison, bro.
Well, you got to recast your star when he's going to do 26 years.
Bro,
I mean,
26 years. Oh, some
No,
dumb
we do
It was
stuff.
like
13 for
just
good
everything else
behavior.
that he did.
Yeah.
We'll see if he gets probation or
There's
something.
5 years
Come on,
now.
Ezra, man. He's setting all men back 20 years. Green Lantern looks to be HBO Max. Looks like that's gonna
It's
be
Jon
focused on
Stewart
Jon
this time.
Stewart. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
I can deal
excited.
with that. I can deal with that.
Oh, it's not your
And-
favorite Lantern, William.
He's the only dog. Shaw knows the one. Shaw knows the one I hate.
I know.
Shaw knows exactly which one. Guy Gardner, I can't stand
I
him.
know. That's what I was joking. It's not
Oh.
him.
Oh my gosh! Thank goodness
here's
he's
the
not
worst
Guy
part,
Imagine
Gardner.
if it was him.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
William
I
would be like throwing his
boycott.
equipment. He's like, I'm done.
Oh,
I'm
no.
out.
I'm done.
all Green
I'm
Lantern
done.
fans would, because the only
Yeah.
so here's the thing: the main reason that the movie tanked, or at least in the eyes of fans,
Mhm.
is because they had a Guy Gardner personality playing Kyle.
Right.
If they would have said that it was a Guy Gardner and you
Mhm.
had Ryan Reynolds playing Guy Gardner,
Mm-hmm.
okay, people
Yeah.
probably could have accepted it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, didn't pay attention to their source material.
Not at all.
They don't even like him in Young Justice.
No,
No.
no, because
he doesn't get to be part of the league.
Guy Gardner to be part of the league. No. Real quick, Disney Plus will release 3 new episodes on Marvel Studios Legends on November 4th. Did they do that, Shaw?
I haven't checked.
I'm about to look at that. You also heard that Moon Knight has started production on season 2, set to come out spring of 2023. And Peter Calderon is joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We don't know what yet. And last but not least, I did want to finish up with some Flash news. Flash TV leak pics are out.
Who
Boo.
is that? Who is that?
Boo.
Why are they getting caution from Party City? Was it on sale? At least, like, did you get it
It's on
after
clear.
Halloween?
Clearance, right?
No, Kat, what they did
It was on
was they
Spirit
snuck
Halloween.
they snuck over to Disney, stole stuff like the old props from Ironheart that they decided, nah, that's not working, and then took it
Yep,
and put the bat
yep.
signal on it.
Put it back in on,
Maybe
that's
because
it.
that is the most ill-fitting costume.
You could tell she look uncomfortable in it too.
Like,
She looks mad.
Okay. That's kind of jack.
you would be too if you were put in flat chest armor. That's got to be
Oh, damn.
uncomfortable as hell.
Well, maybe they don't want villains to know that she's a girl.
There's still a proper way you can fit that and not make
I
it
know.
look like it's like a bad math program. Like, figure out the angle. from her neck
Look at
to
that,
the
man.
boob. Like,
Look at that, man. Bruh.
She's like, why?
Bruh.
Her face says it all.
That looks uncomfortable. And she ain't exactly flat chested either. Ugh.
And like the shoulder pauldrons don't fit right.
Well,
Like that better be somebody in wardrobe trying to
it's
fit
like
that to that
it's
poor
like
girl.
the 80s shoulder pads.
The
Trying
80s
to
are
look
back. Yeah.
Look at that, man. Damn.
Oh, so horrible. You know
Damn,
what
I
it
gotta
kind of
man.
looks like? It kind of looks like Halo armor.
Oh,
Looks like they
shit. No,
stole
she didn't
Master
look
Chief's
Halo
armor and just threw it on her.
Damn.
It's like they put her in her brother's hand-me-down costumes for Halloween.
Yes.
Ooh, I feel so sorry for you, Javivica. I feel sorry for you. You much too beautiful to be going through this. Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel for you. And I feel for you. They canceled your show because the last episode you did, the ending was great. Then it just so. Yeah. I feel for you all the way around, Javivica. I do.
They decided to act. It's okay. It's the last show. It's next season.
Okay, I'm looking at that costume, and it reminds me of, I think, is it one of the Geico commercials or the Liberty Mutual commercial where it's like you got to finish your effects at the end of the movie because it shows like the serious like alien type like crew going through this spaceship, and it gets to the back, and the guy's just in like the green suit with the balls. He's like, "Look at me. I'm a scary alien.
I'm a scary alien.
I'm climbing the walls." That's what that costume makes me think of. Like,
oh my goodness. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and close out the show with our new sponsor, Shadow Anime. Yes, sir. New sponsor to the show. One-stop shop for all your anime merch needs. Just head on over to shadowanime.com and enter coupon code Geek Gauntlet 5 to get 5% off your total purchase. Head over there right now. Check them out. All your anime merch needs, they can take care of you. Use our promo code to get 5% off your order. That's Geek Gauntlet 5. Type that in to the promo code section and you'll be good to go. So definitely check those guys out. All right, let's go around the room real quick before we go ahead and say a quick good night. Kat, what you got going on?
Well, as always, we've got our writers cranking out articles over there at geeknewsnow.net. Also, don't forget to check out MCU Mondays, the Cantina Happy Hour, and I think we have a new show over there now, right, William?
Yep. A really good podcast that stars me and Josie. We go over movies, we go over TV shows from yesteryear, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. We go over it all. So definitely check us out on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I sure appreciate that, Kat. Janae, what you got going on?
Just reposting for my drawing challenge from last year. So we've hit the left-handed challenge where I drew only left-handed for a month because that's my non-dominant hand.
Right.
So, and that you'll find that on Instagram at JELIXNB.
Okay. Diamond, what you got going on?
I'll be still posting videos of Yakuza Like a Dragon and then playing some other games for the month of November. And then I'm going to try to brainstorm a new article.
Okay. Cool. You can post whatever game streams you want to post over there. Feel more than free to post those two. Because you're not over there. So huh?
I'm going to post Honey Pop.
I've seen people play it, but I've actually never played that game myself. And I think it's on Steam. So I ain't got nothing to do. I might download it and just have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Shaw, what you got going on? Any Master Duel stuff?
Not currently because of internet issues. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the week. So he's hoping.
Man, you good dude. Makes you doing some good stuff. We just got a new box tonight. They're doing some really good stuff. Link Monsters over there. Improved their graphics way better. And I'm also playing Marvel Snap. I'm loving Marvel Snap right now. Very good game. It's a very good guard game. Kind of pricey though. It's getting to be more of a pay to win type of situation. But what gotcha game is it? So
yeah.
But check out Marvel Snap. It is a very good game. All right. If there is nothing else, I want to say thank you to everybody joining us here on this episode of the Geek Gauntlet. Don't forget, you can catch this show on the Geek News Now podcast page over on podbean.com. Catch out all our shows on that podcast page. You can catch MCU Mondays, Cantina Happy Hour, really good podcast. This show as well, Geek Gauntlet. So you can head over there and check all those shows out on our podcast page.
And
For
if you know anybody
myself,
who likes Geek Gauntlet, like hit the little share button down there.
yes, hit the share, hit the like, hit the share button. Get the word out that we're here. And if there is nothing else, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. We do appreciate it. And we will see you guys again next week. Everyone have a good week, safe week, and take care.